This is a creeping menace from a mounting wave of no deposit, no return, throw away everything way of life. This is garbage. Cleverly engineered packaging is burying us. It's a messy mess. We just want someone, somehow, to take this waste away. Millions of tons per day is difficult to sweep under the nation's.
In 1980, Seattle had a huge landfill crisis. You might not think about it and where your trash goes, but back then Seattle was on the brink of a serious waste management disaster. Let's take a look at what happened and how the city responded and what it means for us today. In 1983, Seattle's primary landfill, the Midway landfill in Kent, Washington, reached the full capacity and had to be shut down. But it wasn't just about space. Environmental concerns, including risks to groundwater contamination, played a major role in this closure. Suddenly, Seattle was left with limited landfill alternatives, and the growing population was producing more waste than the region's infrastructure could handle because it was a giant city. This led to a major problem for Seattle, as it had so much garbage and a fast-growing city. With that much population growth, they had to figure out where to put the garbage. By 1998, Seattle launched its waste export plan, sending garbage by train to landfills in Oregon and later to eastern Washington. This was a significant shift, but it wasn't the only change. That same year, Seattle made history by implementing one of its first mandatory recycling programs in the United States. This was a game changer. The goal was to divert as much waste as possible away from landfills through recycling and composting. The city's solid waste plan put a major focus on sustainability, reducing landfill dependency, and encouraging residents to rethink how to dispose of waste. In this video, we see kids throwing trash and leaving trash on a beach, kind of like what we saw in Seattle, where people would just dump their trash and leave it and expect someone else to clean it up when that's not how it works at all.
Do you remember when this river used to be really beautiful?
Yeah, and clean?
Each year, over 250 million tourists visit national parks. How much trash do you leave behind on your summer vacation?
The city also encouraged community involvement, educating the public on the importance of waste reduction and recycling. This period marked a shift towards greater environmental consciousness among Seattle residents, as well as educating students in schools about how to recycle and compost correctly. Even with schools focusing on educating their students and also older adults as well in the community, dumping was still happening, as well as misplacement of recycling and compost, as people just did not know the difference. So they focused a lot on making sure that the public knew how to recycle properly, as one bit of garbage being in recyclables makes it non-recyclable at all. This is some way that the city is taking action and fighting people that are dumping and not actually recycling properly.
Seattle's reputation as a clean city could be in jeopardy. Every time garbage rates go up, and they've doubled in the last 10 months, it seems more and more people decide they'd rather dump than pay. The offenders gather up everything from yard clippings to kitchen refuse and pitch it on the nearest vacant lot or roadside. If it's thrown into a public park, this man gets to clean it up.
Sometimes words would fail me, especially if we come to work, say, on a Monday morning. If a person's ever seen Seward Park, you'd have to be there to believe it, but it's just literally almost wall-to-wall garbage.
The city has posted signs, and some downtown businesses have taken to locking their dumpsters. But that's only encouraging offenders to find more creative ways to get rid of their junk. Some who used to dump now donate. Goodwill receives nearly 300 tons of garbage every month and must pay thousands of dollars to have it hauled away. The city says it's had enough. It's raising criminal penalties for illegal dumping from $500 and 6 months in jail to $5,000.
While we might have not direct quotes from Mayor Royer regarding the landfill crisis, it is evident that his administration played a crucial role in steering Seattle towards a sustainable waste management practices. This legacy paved the way for the city's ongoing commitment to environmental responsibility. Thank you.